scared the hell out of him, and he tried his best to leave that knowledge theoretical. Seeing his hands shake, others had built the explosives, now hidden in the ravine far below. Through the scope he followed the barely a path across the rocky plain below. Not quite trees swayed where the road entered the lower jungle. The first vehicles emerged, tractors, cargo floaters, flatbed trucks, civilian vehicles all. People jammed the truck beds, balanced precariously on the sideboards, plodded alongside on foot. Another few minutes would bring the caravan into the canyon, into the trap. Birds circled high overhead, indistinct against the sun's glare. Their presence, perhaps, signified nothing. In his mind's eye, they were vultures. Cranking up the magnification, Nathan saw more women and children than men. Everyone kept glancing fearfully over their shoulders. He saw a few dogs, and even a sway-backed horse. Here and there, people clutched hunting rifles. But that didn't make them the enemy. Who would venture into this wilderness unarmed? He zoomed closer still, examined weary faces. Half the adults looked old. Booster spice was plentiful, if pricey. To look old meant you were poor. Most men's chins were stubbled, but of asymmetric, pointy on one side, close-cropped on the other beards, Nathan saw not a one. Only Wunderland's aristos sported those ridiculous, high-maintenance affectations as symbols of indolence and leisure. This couldn't be the rumored garrison resupply convoy. Nathan waited for the call to stand down. Instead, from his left, a brief chittering. On my signal. Madness! These were civilian refugees, poor farmers by the look of them and of their vehicles. Why the Tange ambush them? Nathan cleared his throat. "Quiet!" Logan hissed. For the first time since getting stranded, Nathan wondered if one side was any better than another. Be honest, he chided himself. The second time. The first time was when two guerrillas marched a third, her face bruised, the cloth badge of the resistance ripped from her blouse, out of camp into the jungle. Only the men, their expressions grim, had returned. Nathan had chosen to believe they had sent her away. These people had pulled him from the wreck, whisked him away before internal security arrived. He owed the guerrillas everything, from the shirt on his back to his very life. Now he wondered if he could live with the debt. As the hum of engines swelled, Nathan's mind churned. Join in the slaughter? Never. Stand by, doing nothing, and watch? How was that better? There had to be another way. A warning shot to scare off the civilians? No. The laser beam between plane and cliff top would point back at him. That woman vanished into the woods outside camp. Nathan had a pretty good idea how the resistance treated sympathizers. Or probably no one was looking up. Nathan raised his rifle and fired. With a squawk, a bird stopped its circling. Gravity here was scarcely half that to which Nathan was accustomed, and the bird, cut almost in two, fell in slow motion. Splat! Went the carcass, just ahead of the caravan. The people on foot turned and ran, zigzagging back toward the trees. Engines raced. Vehicles jerked into reverse or turned off the road to circle back. Maybe he had saved a few. Crash! A tractor and a truck collided, blocking the way into the jungle. "Now!" shouted Logan. From both canyon rims, guerrillas opened fire. Laser beams, silent, scythed down 3 men before anyone below noticed. Then screams, curses, more bodies crumpling, chaos. It was a massacre, sickening. Sudden motion behind the slaughter. Sleek and shark-like, 3 anti-grav gunships burst from the jungle, their charge spookily silent. Laser cannon blazed blood-red. As the gunships neared, their railguns let loose. The guerrillas launched their only 2 surface-to-air missiles. One hit. Trailing smoke, its engine stuttering, a gunship arced down, down, down. It smashed, boom, into a cliff face, and the ground shook. Across the gorge, 2 men more brave than sane, if you see them, assume they see you, kept firing. The remaining gunships spewed their own missiles. No one could have survived those blasts. "Fall back!" Logan shouted. At least